Hello, Professor. This is Mohanapriya Jagdishwaran Nilambu, and in this video, I'm going to present my final presentation on COVID-19. And we all know that COVID-19 pandemic is the global health crisis of our time and the greatest challenge we have faced since World War II. Since its emergence in Asia in 2019, the virus has spread to every continent except Antarctica. We have now reached a tragic milestone of more than 2 million deaths, and the human family is suffering under an almost intolerable burden of loss. Every day, people are losing their jobs and income, and with no way of knowing when the normality will return. So now let's get into the topic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to retrieve raw data from the internet, which is from these source, and I'm going to cleanse the data, and then I'm going to create a pivot table and pivot chart by using the cleansed data, and then I will upload the pivot table in the Jupyter notebook, and I'll perform some tasks or operations there, and I will create a visualization using Plotly and Matplotlib there. And then what I will do is I will use the Power BI tool to visualize my data and will create an attractive dashboard which will help me to find some answers to my hypothesis. So let's go to the topic. And this is the raw data which I have downloaded from the internet source. And in the sources, I have so many blank spaces. To make my data look better, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the spaces blanks with.
Here I have filled the blank spaces with 0, and now the next step is I am going to create a pivot table. So for that, what I'm going to do is I have to select all the data and then go to insert and go to pivot table. So I'm making the pivot table in a new worksheet. Okay, so here I'm going to use my fields for the pivot table. Here I have created my pivot table using the fields. I have added the continent and years in the filters and added the row in the location. And I have added other values like population, total cases, new cases, total death, new death, reproduction date, new test, total vaccination, people vaccinated, people fully vaccinated, cardiovascular death rate, diabetes prevalence, female smokers and male smokers, life expectancy in the value field. So using this table, I'm going to create a pivot chart. For that, what I have to do is go to pivot table analysis and go to pivot chart. So here the data is huge. We are using the filter to get our data as per our needs. As the data is huge, it's hard to display it here. So I'm using the filters, and I'm using 100% stacked for bar for to represent my chart, and I have switched the rows and columns to get the better understanding of our data here. And now so we are done with the two parts, retrieving raw data and cleansing the data and creating pivot table and chart. Now the next step is to upload the table into the Jupyter Notebook and perform some tasks there. So let's move on to Jupyter Notebook here. I have created a Python notebook and I named it as a final project. The first thing what we have to do is we have to import the CSV files into the notebook because it's important because we need the data to process some operations. So I am importing the CSV file into notebook. I might name it as df and I'm going to call df now. Okay, this is my data and it has 76,804 rows into 59 columns. It's a huge file. In this data frame, I don't have a index. I have it as a 0, 1, 2, 3, and I don't want it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign index value as ISO code, and after running the command, I'm going to call my data frame. Okay, now we can notice that the data frame ISO code has become an index and other things are like continent are there. And I have 58 columns now. I have to reduce that. I don't want 58 columns to be displayed. So I'm removing unwanted columns which I'm not going to use for my visualization. From the dataset, I have removed new cases smooth, new death smooth test, total cases per million, new cases per million, new cases smooth per million, total deaths per million, new deaths per million, new deaths smooth per million, ICU patients per million, hospital patients per million, weekly ICU admissions, weekly ICU admission per million, weekly hospital admission, weekly hospital admissions per million, and total test per thousand, new test per thousand, new test smoothed, positive rate, test per case, test units, people fully vaccinated. So these are the things what I'm going to remove, and what I feel is I can have the people fully vaccinated and weekly hospital admissions and weekly ICU admissions. So here I'm running this command and I'm calling the data frame, and here I have named it as df1. So df1. Okay. After removing all that, I got 26 columns out of 58 and 76,804 rows. Yeah, it's a huge file. And now I'm going to display the column names. So I'm using df1.column code. Okay, these are my 26 columns. We can notice here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the first 100 rows, and I'm running this command. So I got 100 rows into 26 columns. Now I'm going to display the last 100 rows, and look here, we got 100 rows into 26 columns. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the blank spaces with 0. So I'm filling that, and let me look into that. I have the same row, 76,804 rows into 58 columns. It means I don't have any blank spaces. But I have that, I'm going to drop that. So let me see that. So I have the same rows here, 76,804, and this ensures that we don't have any NaN values in our data set. And now I'm using the count. I'm getting the count of my data. So the column, it gives a column count. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the maximum values of each column. Okay, so I got the maximum value of each column here. So same like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the minimum value of each column. Okay, I got the minimum values. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe my data set. So how will I do that? Just use a describe function. So here I got the describe function. So it has 8 rows into 23 columns, which out of 26 columns, I think, oh, out of 26 columns, we had 8 rows and 23 columns. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the info of my column here. So I'm using the info. Okay, this is the info. It gives the count and the type of, it gives the non-null count and its data type here. As my data is in a huge file, which is 15.8 plus MB, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the first 10,000 rows to display my visualization. Because why I'm doing this, if I take the whole data set, it's taking me more than 2 hours to display. So for that, I'm using just 10,000 data here for visualization, and here I'm displaying my data set. So we can see here it's having 10,000 rows into 26 columns. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the library packages of Plotly. I'm importing that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to display it in a scatter type. So I'm going to display in scatter plot. So it will take too much of time. I'll run that. We have completed till the Jupyter Notebook path. Now we are in the final part of our assignment, which is to visualize the data in Power BI or Tableau, and creating a dashboard. And using those visualization, we have to find answers to the questions we raised. So it's let's go on to the creation of dashboard. For this assignment, I'm using Power BI to visualize my data. So for that, we have to go to get data. My file is a CSV file, so I'm going for text or CSV. And I'm choosing my file, which is COVID final presentation. And I'm opening that. My data is a huge file, which is around 19 point something MB size. So it will take some time to display it. And this is a sample data of 200 rows. I'm going to load this data into my Power BI tool. You can notice my data has been uploaded into the Power BI where the fields have been displayed here. And if you go here, we can see the table here. See the data set, and let's start the visualization. So here the first chart which I'm going to use is line and clustered column chart, and I'm writing this one. And for the shared axis, I'm going to give the continent, and for column values I'm going to give, so this chart is about the smokers and the cases and their deaths. So in the column value, what I'm going to give is male smoker and the female smokers. Sorry, female smokers. And from this, what in the line value, what I'm going to give is total cases and the total deaths. So using this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find if there is any relationship between the smoker and the COVID-19 cases and their deaths. So I have created a chart. Now I'm going to make some changes in their format. And so this is my chart after making some changes in the format. So I have found visualized for the smokers and the cases. So there are two kinds of smokers, male smokers and female smokers based on the gender. And on the continent, I'm taking continent as an x-axis, and on the left axis it's a population count. So this left side is for the population count of smokers, and the right side is the population count of total death and cases. So it is on the billion, and smokers are in the million. So if you take North America, the male smokers comes around 1,08,891, and the female smokers are 36,836. But when look at the total deaths in North America, it's in billions. And when we look into the cases, it's in a billion of, it comes around 5 billion. So if from this map, what we can define is not all the cases, those who found positive for COVID-19 are not died. There is a huge difference in the death rate and the survival rate of the uh, people in the world, people in worldwide based on continent. So, and also we cannot conclude that the smokers also died or not died. So it's not clear, and we cannot come to a conclusion based on this chart. And the next chart, what I'm going to use is area chart. And in this chart, what I'm going to show is aged people 64 and older and 70 and older. I'm adding them in the values field. And in axis, what I'm going to give is, okay, in the axis, what I'm going to give is location. And in the filters page, what I'm going to add is continent. So based on the continent, I'm going to filter the data. So I'm selecting all here. So, and in the secondary value, I'm going to add the total death. So we can see here. So what now I'm going to choose only one continent, so which is North America. So we can see the North American continent's location here. and the light sky blue denotes aged 65 older out of population. So it gives the value out of population. Population is around billion, so I'll add it here. So I'm going to add the population density in the tooltip, because the age is based on the density, based on the population density. So when I move here, it shows the population density and the people of aged, how much they are. So it giving the density value here. So now I'm going to make some changes in the format, and after making the changes, this is how my data, this is how my chart looks. When you go here and you can see the density, aged 65 older, 70 older, and total death. So what I can do is I can choose whatever the continent I want. I'm using North America and Europe. So based on the field, the data will get changed. So I'm selecting all, and I can see that here. Here is my visualized chart, donut chart, and here I have add the continent in the filters page, so I can get whatever I want. So if I want Europe continent, means I can get the Europe. So if I want North America, means I'll get the North America. So from all these, what I am able to see is United States has the most vaccination. People, total vaccination was given out of 100, 31.7 vaccination was given to United States, and the people fully vaccinated over there was around 2 billion, which is a quarter of the vaccination has been held. The next visualization chart which I used is the forecasting chart. For forecasting chart, we have to use the line chart. So in the axis, I have given the date, and in the value, I have given the total cases. So, and I'm going to the forecasting tab here, analytics tab, and there will be an option called forecast. I have to add a forecast. So I am adding 10 months. So I'm forecasting for 10 months, and I'm ignoring the last 3 months, and I'm giving seasonality points as 3. So, and I have given the colors here. So this is my forecasting chart. So I'm going to do some format changes. Exactly, this is what I wanted. So I have added the background, I have added the forecasting, and this looks cool. What you guys say? I hope you like this also. So this is the forecasting of the total cases around the world. So based on the month and population, I have created this. So this is my final dashboard of COVID-19, and I have created for vaccination, age, total cases with the forecast, and a smoker versus cases. And from this dashboard, I can answer to my hypothesis. And here I have given the filters as continent. Based on the continent, we can filter the data. So if I take North America, the data will be shown here. So, and if I give Africa, so I can give multiple filters. So here are the hypothesis question. Question number 1, which country has the highest amount of vaccination? So let's go to the chart. Highest amount of vaccination, we can see that here. Others, so I'm going to remove others here. So we can see United States is having the most vaccination, and the second question is, which gender smokes high? So let's come to this figure 4. So we can see that female smokers are blue color and male smokers is yellow color. So we can find out that male smokers are highly smoking people. And the next question is, how much of people died out of the total cases? So we can find that in here itself, because we have the total cases and total deaths. Blue is the total cases and total deaths. I calculated manually, and it becomes around 2.49%. So which age group people affected most? So let's go to the back and go to figure 3. We can find out that age 65 is blue and 70 is white. So we can find out that aged 65 people are affected most. So here I have to change that as 65. So that's the end of my topic. Thank you.